Hi, I'm September, obviously. If that wasn't obvious, now it is. This is my little project that I do sometimes, but I haven't really done for a long time. Quite often I neglect it, and some of you guys are really cool and I do miss coming on here, but to be totally honest with you, I have a lot of trouble being seen. And for me, this is actually a good practice to do to feel seen and to get comfortable with that more. But it's been uncomfortable, so I've kind of been avoiding it. And I actually wanted to talk today about that. As you might have noticed, I'm holding this microphone and these headphones in a very podcast video maker fashion, which feels kind of weird to me because I'm used to like having these perfectly curated videos that I used to make. So something I wanted to talk about was like my old channel, which some of you know about, and I spent a lot of like lockdown and my teenage years doing that, but obviously there was a lot of growth happening at the time, as well as just confusion and being a teenager. I'm just not the same person anymore, and something that you might not have guessed, because I never really talked about it before on my old channel. I would just kind of like portray myself as someone who is like doing well and like is constantly proud of their work and doesn't doubt anything and just keeps crushing it. But something I didn't talk about is that I'm actually like really sensitive. And I don't say that out loud because I'm scared of people like making fun of me or being mean or rude to me, because like obviously we know that hate comments are like normal and they're part of the process. It's like an upset coffee customer if you work as a barista. Like someone's gonna be mad about their order. That's not really personal. It has nothing to do with you. You just happened to be the person they took it out on. I understand this about like hate comments and things like that, but I got a lot of that before online, and it actually did, hurt sometimes, and it did affect me, and it would make me like withdraw and not want to show up and not want to create or express myself or put myself out there, because like low key, like I'm highly sensitive and sticks and stones can break my bones, but like words hurt me the worst. So like there's a bit of honesty for you, which is like, I think part of why I struggle to be seen is because like, for things to actually affect you, you have to be honest about them. And you have to be vulnerable, and I think I've expressed vulnerability in the past online and in spaces where I was just kind of showing up as me, and I was hurt, or people were like inconsiderate with their words or something they said that hurt me. Shout out to Rebecca Sugar. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to mention, because right now I don't feel very like I know what I'm doing, and I don't feel very like presentable. I've been struggling a lot with my image recently and like how I want to look in the world. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've cut my hair just a little bit. Just it's kind of layered, and I've got this little fringe thing going on, like these little side fringe curtain bangs. But yeah, like how I'm presenting myself in the world is like something I've been thinking about a lot. I'm like, what's my fashion sense? Because it changes a lot too. Like sometimes, okay, so for example, like I think my fashion sense can be very abstract or maybe playful or eccentric. And oftentimes people look at me funny out in public. Like I get this a lot, where people will like just look at my outfits or the way I'm presenting myself, and they'll like look me up and down and go, or they'll just look confused or something, but I'm used to this. But like, yeah, so it's hard to decide to show up not only as a passing stranger, but as a presence online, knowing that you might get bullied or made fun of, because, I don't know, I guess I feel this way a lot sometimes. Like right now, I've got this funky little hat on. I got this hat years and years ago, and it's become really special, actually. Like, I put all these enamel pins on it. Support your local lesbian today. Go up to a lesbian and say something nice today. But I put all these pins on it, and it reminds me of a bunch of adventures that I've been on, and places I've traveled to, and friends that I've made. Hi, my camera died, so I'm back, and I am feeling more uncomfortable than before because I'm wearing this top, you see, and it's one of my favorite tops. I think it looks very cool. I think it looks very, like, fantasy, magical, fairy elf vibe, which is what I'm all about, actually. But, you know, you get called a fairy enough, and you start to embody it. So that's me. That's what I do. And I was saying something about a hat, like about this hat that I carried with me through all my adventures, and it became like a staple part of my outfit. And I was talking about being seen, and specifically around fashion and outfits. I think a lot of people have made me feel insecure about my fashion sense, and I feel like I've received a lot of judgment, and also, I have placed a lot of judgment on myself because of that, and it's so strange how we hide away our beautiful bodies and passions and things that are a part of us because we're afraid of people attacking them, or of getting hurt, or of being judged. I've done that for a long time, and this is like part of my practice of doing this as well, is like, what if I was just like seen? And like not through a digestible lens, not through a way where I'm like, oh, well, if I put this sweater on and I put this on and I do this, then I'll feel comfortable enough to be seen. Fuck that, you know? Like, what if I was just seen as I was? What if I hopped on here and put the headphones on and picked the microphone up and it looked silly, and I wore exactly what I'm wearing now, and I made something? Because there's so many parts of me that I could like pick apart and be like, I hate this, I don't like this makes me uncomfortable. What if people notice the line in my cheek here and there? What's the point, man? In 5 years, you're gonna be older than you are now. You're gonna have more wrinkles. You're gonna look different. You're gonna be different. And you'll be beautiful then too. But what if maybe, just maybe, you gave yourself a chance, and you gave the world a chance to see you as you are currently, now, and not wait until you're perfect to be seen, not wait until you're a professional to get caught trying, you know, try, or rather just stop trying so hard and just be. That's your problem. That's my problem, guys. Is I try too hard and I don't just be enough. Like, I'm trying so hard to be seen in these ways and to be liked and to be appreciated and to not be judged. But sometimes you just have to decide. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm deciding that what I'm doing right now is something that I want to do, and that this is the right way to do it. And I might receive judgments or people who go, that's the wrong way to do it, or I don't like how you do it. And I just need to stick to my own decision. I just need to trust myself enough to go, actually, I'm doing it the right way for me, because only I get to decide what that is and what that looks like. I'm getting tired of holding this thing, and I'm not really entirely sure what the point of this video was, other than talking about being seen and doing it. Maybe that's the point. The point is that I did it. Also, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas time if you celebrate. Happy solstice, happy Yule, happy Hanukkah, and all the other ones I'm forgetting about. I wish you a very lovely winter time. I hope you celebrate if you celebrate. It doesn't have to be a particular holiday. Maybe you can just celebrate your life and the fact that you made it to another winter, and the days are only going to get brighter from here. And that's a wonderful thing. And I feel like I'm like making some sort of like gratitude podcast. Maybe that's my life goal. Maybe that's my mission. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm just young and dumb and bumping into things in life. Like, I don't think any of us know what we're doing. And the ones who do, that is good and awesome. But I certainly don't. And I think I'm just tired of pretending that I do. I think I've always wanted to be perceived as someone who's got it together and who knows what they're doing and knows their direction and knows what's going on. But I don't know what's going on, and I don't have all those things together. And I don't know what I'm meant to do on this earth other than dance and sing. Like, I think that's what I'm here to do, is to dance and sing. And I guess to make this. Maybe I'm not meant to make this, and maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. You'll never know if you never try. Just do things. Make attempts. So, yeah. Also, just making use of what you have. And I realized that that sounds very privileged or entitled as I'm holding this, like, microphone and these headphones, and people say you don't need the right equipment to start, and you don't. I just happen to have the right equipment, so I'm starting with it, like, because I bought it ages ago, and it's been sitting in the corner of my room, and I've been thinking a lot about the idea, not so much about like success and making it or blowing up, but like simply about effort and passion, and how people with less than me are doing more than me. And not to use that as like a comparison thing, like, oh, people are doing better than me, but like use that as an inspiration thing. Like, as long as you have passion, you're good. Just do things. You can do things. I can do things. I just also happen to have stuff that I wasn't using. And I feel like when you have things, you should not take them for granted. So that's what I'm doing here. And I don't know exactly what I'm doing other than not taking them for granted. I'm taking advantage of the things I have and making memories with the time I have. And I think that's really important. And I also think it's really important to start before you're perfect. Especially before you're perfect. I think that's maybe when some of your best stuff comes out. Like, I heard some people talking about the back catalog, specifically around music. And like, I have a bunch of old music, which I wouldn't say I'm not proud of it. I am proud of it, but I guess I'm not a fan of it. Like, I wouldn't vibe out to my music, my old music. I wouldn't listen to it and be like, now this is peak. A lot of it I feel some embarrassment about, but like, it could be somebody's favorite song. You never know. Like, and that whole idea of like doing the thing that you feel is less than a standard or less than perfect, or it's not 100%, maybe it's 70%, maybe it's 47%. And you're like, I kind of hate it, or I kind of, put it out there, just put it out there. I'm not saying you shouldn't care about your work, and it's important to care about it. But for me personally, and let me know if you guys relate, my fellow creatives, I've been like the kind of person who just won't put things out unless it's absolutely peak, absolutely perfect. And often I never even reach that standard because I set my standards so high. I don't even know if it's a standard. It's more like I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to my own craft that if it's anything less than perfect, I refuse to put it into the world or continue to work on it, and I just start something new. And I think it's great to start things new, but at least, like, if you're going to start something new and you know you're going to abandon a project, put out the demo, put out the draft, put out the voice memo version, like, put out the half-finished poem. You might as well. Like, just as evidence, as documentation, and documenting for the sake of documenting, not for the sake of creating or doing good or honing and capturing a specific intention. That's a lot of effort for someone who's struggling to enable their creativity. So document for the sake of documenting, just to say you did it. Do it like a chore until it becomes like a habit or a pastime or an occasional thing. And then it becomes more and more and more of a thing that you incorporate into your life until it's a lifestyle. I have a bruise on my wrist, I think from lifting weights. I lift weights now, I guess. That's weird, but it's cool, actually. I'm proud of myself. I've never done that before. So I'm trying new things all the time, guys. And also, this is me. This is my little, also shout out to my hair. Shout out to life. Shout out to God. Shout out to the universe or whatever. Shout out to my parents. I got a haircut recently. My friends cut my hair and we did this beautiful ritual together, and it was so beautiful and I loved it so much. And now I love my hair so much, and it's not perfect, but like, what is? And I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be me, and it is me. Just like this is not perfect, but it's me. I think I need to be me more, guys. That's my goal. That's the point of doing this, is to be me, to take up space, to make noise, to break shit, to make waves, to exist, and to not just wither and age in my silence. Yeah, so that's the end of this video. Wait, one more thing I want to talk about really quick here is like another reason, another excuse, if you will, that has made this kind of thing challenging for me is also like the whole setup. Like, for example, my phone died, and now we're in a different environment now than when the video started. And that gets really frustrating for me, like, because it's so hard and challenging for me to even set this kind of thing up and carve out the time in my life and just do something, to throw something against the wall and hope it sticks. It's so frustrating, and then it dies, and I'm like, dang it. And so I totally understand starting before you're ready. That's the only way you can do this. However, for me, this has been a constant struggle for me ever since I started making videos, even as a teenager, was like, the phone would always die, or the camera would be backwards, or I'd have to get a mirror, or there's just a struggle. But like, you know what? Maybe I'll just embrace the struggle, you know, and work around it, instead of making excuses as to why I can't do it. But life still gets exhausting, and I'll still need to take breaks and prioritize myself. But I do think that this is a way of prioritizing myself. That creating, I was saying to myself the other night, I believe creative fulfillment is a part of emotional fulfillment for me, and maybe for fellow creatives. I think neglecting your creativity can put you into a depression, or even just a character who feels like you but slightly not like you. It's because I feel like your creativity, it's like this divine spark that it's a gift, it's given to you. And if you just let it die or let it stay dormant and inactive, you're not going to die. You'll still find joy, you'll still find other things, but like, your joy and your happiness are your responsibility. It's your responsibility to seek it out. I was saying, if you love skiing and you know that's something that you love, not just like, oh, skiing's all right, but like, you love skiing, then it's your duty, it's your responsibility to seek out those opportunities, to make sure that you ski once a year, once every 2 years, once every 3 years, once a decade. Doesn't matter. If you know you love it, it is your moral obligation to do those things. Yep. Now it's the end. I think I'm gonna like start introducing myself just so I can get used to like talking as well and feeling real. So, yeah, I'm September, and I am going to end this video. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you liked it, and leave me a comment so I can read what you thought about it or what you have to say, and then maybe I'll respond to it. Bye, thanks for watching. See ya.